passing paper, please listen. Every person here needs to grab one article and two large note cards. Whether you get them from back there, the article is back on the other table, and the note cards are there, or here, I don't care. You need two note cards and one article. Hello, my name is Brock Smith. I've been teaching for 23 years. I'm a secondary social studies teacher, specifically 7th grade world cultures. Okay, we've done this, I think, 2 or 3 times now. The general rules are around the room. Annotating rules. Don't paint the page for every highlight, and please understand this. Last period I had somebody try to put all the highlights in one bracket and put over here, and they didn't have a highlight. Every time you highlight something, there must be an annotation one way or another, whether it's a comment or a question. Started out with the highlighting became, the term is paint the page, and I've heard that used many times. I use it all the time. So the kids just highlight everything, and everything becomes so important to them, and then they go back and have to reread the whole thing anyway. So every time they highlight something, they have to really go and think about, is it important enough to write about? Is it important enough to talk about? If it's highlightable, then I have to make a comment about it, whether it's a question, whether it's leading to a discussion on another topic. Maybe it's just another comment, but I always make sure you can't say, oh, that's cool, that's neat. That has to be something that's a little bit more deep in understanding than just cool, oh, that's great, sounds cool, stuff like that. So, couple things before you begin, so please pay attention, people. Number 1, don't paint the page. Number 2, for every highlight, you must annotate, comment, or question. 3, you're going to come across a few unfamiliar words. Circle them, okay? That way we can come back and revisit when we're done. But I try to get the point across with the majority of the words in an article that if these ones are confusing and you don't understand them, they obviously have some meaning and relevance to the text. So I really stress with them to focus in on these words. I don't understand them. Let's go over the whole text first. So they have to cover the whole text. They read everything, they highlight, and go that. But the ones that are confusing to them, they really have to sit there and focus in on it. You have to give them some time. And you have to instruct them, or at least model for them, how to go in and to attack those words. 4, here's a general rule for today. I only want you to read one paragraph once the paragraph is read. So Jake reads, Hugh Guy listens and follows along. Once they get that done, if they feel there's a need to highlight something, they highlight and then they annotate. Then they move on to the next paragraph. They change positions. He reads, he follows along, then they highlight and then annotate. I don't want you to read the whole article and come back. Okay? Sometimes there's things that are revealed later that makes not commenting possible. And I want you to comment as you come across to it. So for Geography of the Nile, how many questions does each group need to come up with? 2. For the other section, Puzzling Behavior of the Nile, Megan, how many questions must we create? 2. And then how many answers on the back? 2. So 1 and 2. And then finally, for Impact on Agriculture, how many questions? And how many answers? Your question is your question the group comes up with. I'm not telling you what questions to write. That's your job. Your job is to note the question and then be able to answer that question based upon the material in front of you. So that's all I'm going to ask that you do. The article will be yours to keep. The note cards, when they are completed, will be mine to keep. They will make their way back into class next week. All right? Begin. It seems to have caught on. I'm glad it has. It has simplified my life because when I say get out your highlighters, they get it out. They don't highlight everything anymore because obviously everything is not important. So,
Mr. Smith has become our text rendering guru. The way he models effective highlighting and annotating at the start of his year tees his students up for success. Coupled with his gradual release, I do, we do, you do approach, there's little doubt about why his students know how to attack the page. And let's consider the 4 lenses. To employ the social lens, his students work in pairs here. He also lets the students talk through the article and discuss what sticks out to them, just like the meaning-centered lens asks for. The students wrestle with the vocabulary and get the opportunity to read, write, and speak. How much more language-based can you get? And all of this is done in a safe environment like the human lens requires. This is exactly what we want all teachers doing so the learning sticks for their students.